A few weeks ago, a mother of 9 was released to Rosie Animal Adoption. After delivering 9 pups, an obstruction in her digestive tract had prevented her from digesting any nutrition for several weeks. The dog was named Angel and was admitted into the Pierrefonds Animal Hospital for emergency surgery. This video is a continuation of Angel's story and her fight to stay alive. We begin with a conversation with the 2 surgeons who operated on Angel. Dr. Lori Dunbar comments on Angel's surgery.
Surgery lasted probably close to 2 hours. It was a complicated surgery, actually much more complicated than I had expected. Dr. Erdman, my partner, will explain to you what the ultrasound showed. What we found when we went in was not exactly what we had expected. In fact, she had ingested 2 socks, and they were both lodged in different places in her intestine. So there was somehow a thread from one sock to the other which had managed to saw through the wall of her intestine in one aspect. So I had to actually remove approximately 14 centimeters of intestine and suture, the healthy ends of the intestine together. And then we had to do, extensive washing of her abdomen because, of course, she had some fluid had leaked from the intestine into her abdomen. In my estimation, she was probably 15 kilos underweight, so upwards of 30 pounds. She was very dehydrated. She was extremely weak, and the difficulty in situations like this is that she was in a catabolic state, and that means that she's not got a lot of body proteins. Her cells that are required for healing are low in numbers, and so we knew her recovery would be difficult. As a matter of fact, we decided that we would give her a blood transfusion post-operatively to help give her a little bit more support in that sense, and we knew the road to recovery would be long because of her condition when she came in.
Now we will continue the conversation with Dr. Florence Erdman, who will comment on Angel's recovery.
Angel's had a long and difficult recovery period. It's something that we had expected preoperatively because she came in very weak, and she was dehydrated and exhausted as well with her long battle with an obstruction. And so it's been a slow recovery. She's had a lot of challenges to face. Not only did she require transfusion after surgery, but we also did have to give her fresh frozen plasma, and she was on a lot of supportive care for many days since the surgery itself. And only now do we feel like we've sort of come to the point where we feel that she is going to recover, and that we think the worst is behind her. But it was touch and go for a long time, and we certainly have been very concerned for her. So her routine nowadays is very much involved with the volunteers from Rosie Animal Adoption. Now that she's over that sort of critical phase in her recovery and she's no longer requiring all the IV lines and all the constant medication and monitoring, we have wonderful volunteers from the organization who come 4 times a day, and they not only get her outside and get her to start walking again, get activity back into her daily life, but will actually spend time outdoors with her, where they sit on a blanket with her, allow her to be out in the beautiful sunshine, and work a little bit also on that more emotional recovery, because she certainly had a really tough battle. So we're working a lot on her physical rehabilitation, getting her into the underwater treadmill, getting her swimming, building muscle mass, and soon she should be ready to also go to a foster home with Rosie Animal Adoption. And they have wonderful fosters who have a tremendous amount of experience in helping dogs like this recover. And eventually, when she's well enough, then she'll be placed up for adoption.
It looks as if Angel has overcome the critical stage of the surgery and her recovery. This certainly would not have been possible if not for the care and dedication of the volunteers of Rosie Animal Adoption and the Pierrefonds Animal Hospital. Rosie's recovery will cost in the thousands, so please donate. If everyone who watches this video donates $10, Angel's surgery and recovery can be looked after, and Rosie's Animal Adoption can continue their work. Every nickel of your donation goes straight towards the health and well-being of the dogs in Rosie's care. So please donate by clicking on the link in the video description below.